All right, everyone, welcome back. So Caleb and I were scrolling through my YouTube history, and he's like, "Man, you watch a lot of stuff." It's like, I watch everything, not just auto repair, but everything.
So what the hell are you watching? Like a cruise
Everything. So last night, what comes across my YouTube feed is another YouTuber saying that do not trust the owner's manual for maintenance practices. And this is what I said to you before. That's the book of lies. That they had a Mercedes engine on the engine stand that was grenaded at 35 or 40,000 miles from the customer not changing the oil. Grenaded. They in the owner's manual it said 15,000 miles. So what does the customer do? What's the customer do? Double that. And then we have an oil change 1,000-mile Chevy that's dealer maintenance and service. How long do you think the transmission's been leaking?
I mean, it's got to be.
It only has 40,000 miles on it.
Had to have been a couple thousand for how much it's.
Right. So,
It's only a seepage rate now, and
but the car was under warranty.
Well,
The
that's my
technician
point.
could have got warranty time for a
technicians
job.
don't want warranty time.
But here you go.
Promise.
This transmission's not going to make 100,000 miles unless someone fixes the leak.
Technicians do not want warranty time. Warranty time is a.
But it's here for an oil change. Tell them how far over the oil change was.
7,000 miles off of dealer recommendations.
Right, which we think is 5, maybe.
Or our guess is at least 5.
So at least 5,000 miles, and they went 7,000 miles past that.
Past the sticker, yeah.
Yeah, and the oil's mud. So what I said to Caleb was saying, he asked when he worked at Ford, he was asking the technicians, what are they writing their oil stickers for? And he said, they said, well, we really don't know.
Well, they said we don't. They said we don't pay attention to the manufacturer because they shouldn't be listening to that anyway. We write them for 5. Is the general consensus in the shop.
And then the
I was
average
at.
person is just going to push it past that,
Yep.
which is just the way it is.
Yep. So the average person's gonna be hitting the dealer recommended oil change intervals, but we're writing it for 5, which is like the higher limit of the safe oil change interval.
That's the max. I mean, you
Yeah.
talk to everybody who's in the shit like we are.
And the master techs were not doing oil changes. The people who really know.
Well, if they were doing an engine job, they were. If they're tearing down an engine, they're changing oil.
I mean,
Part of the job.
There were no engine rebuilds in that shop. It was just
Wow.
new engine, or new cylinder head.
So
I saw new cylinder heads, but it was never just replace the long block. It was if it needed a long block, it was getting a full motor.
So Caleb said that if the technicians wrote oil changes for 3,000 miles, they would get bitched at. And I said, your job as a technician and as a professional and a pro is to advise the proper maintenance for your customer's next largest investment, which is their vehicle. So just like this car, it's going to need the transmission at 100,000 miles. If their dealer service technicians corrected this before that, chances are this car is not going to need a transmission at 100,000 miles. But if they continue to drive this, and you know they're not topping it off, that this transmission will grenade and it has 40,000. The engine's going to grenade because they're already abusing the engine at 40,000 miles. Why people get good cars pre-owned is from the maintenance practices from the previous owner. So if you get, we're just going to say this Lincoln in this bay over here, you are going to be plagued with nightmares for that car their entire life because of the previous owner and then the people who put it back together. This customer here, you buy this car, if they trade it in, you're going to be plagued with problems. Don't listen to the lies in the owner's manual. Sometimes you can't even trust your guys in the bays. If he's putting in that 5,000 miles and you're not a customer that's, regiments are strict, there's no helping you. The guy in the bays are helping you, like guys like me, guys like Caleb are saying, hey, don't take this oil past 3,000 miles. If you go to 5, you're in the worn out zone of that oil, but don't go past 5. And this lady went past 5 and then another 7,000 miles following the dealer oil change stickers. But 5 is too long. We don't even know if they wrote it for 5.
Yeah.
We heard some dealer GM techs were recommending 3,000 miles. We really don't know.
Well, regardless, you went at least 10,000 miles on one oil change,
Which is ridiculous.
Which is way overdue
Yeah.
from any standard.
No. The fuel dilution in these engines today is degrading the oil that fast. GDI engines are just ripping through the viscosity and the add packs and everything going past 3,000 to 5,000 miles. So you do what you want. You want to buy an engine every 100,000 miles? Buy a transmission every 100,000 miles? I mean, you could do that. And you buy a new car and you do the same regiments. It's like people who are overweight. I'm just going to say it, or people who are skinny, right? There's nothing they can do to gain weight. There's nothing they can do to lose weight, but they don't change their regimen. They don't do anything. So like you have to do things for an impact. And there's some people that just can't have.
I mean, it takes a lot of effort.
It does.
But,
Like
I
if you want to be skinny, right, and you're 250 pounds, there's ways to get there. You have to have someone advising you and teaching you or training you, and you have to have a strict regimen.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You know, I'm just using it as an example.
I mean, I tried gaining weight. I doubled my calorie intake a day. I changed my diet.
But if you didn't stick to that regimen, it wouldn't work, and that's my point.
Well, yeah. I mean, I gained 20 pounds in a couple months.
So you want to gain 20 pounds worth of money in your wallet? Maintenance your car sooner than later. Thanks for watching. Gain 20